Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm not shocked, and it's not amazing. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So, as I tell you guys all the time, the sport of boxing was built off a race, right? And as much as people want to try to deny it, the sport of boxing is race driven. The problem is the one dominant race in the sport of boxing has no unity. So therefore, when it comes to the dominant race in the sport of boxing, it's the Wild Wild West and everybody can throw fruit at it, which is the black community, the black fighters. It is no secret that the black fighters dominate the sport of boxing. The problem is lack of unity. And I can chalk that up to two things. We have no real communication, and because of what took place with us in history, and or because we're so dominant, we feast on each other. Because we have no other real true competition. With that said, we dominate the sport of boxing by far. It's not close. But every other race has unity. They come to the ring with their flags, Ukrainian flags, whether it's Ukrainian fighters, Lomachenko, Serhii Derevyanchenko, Alexander Usyk, Serhii Bohachuk, right? Vasil High-Tech Lomachenko. They come donning their flags, right? The Ukrainian flags. When you have Asian fighters, right? They come bearing their flags, right? Manny Pacquiao with the Filipino flag. The Filipino Flash, the Hall of Famer, Nonito Donaire with the Filipino flag and the Filipino colors, right? Right now, you have Japanese fighters, Junto and Naoya Inoue, right? They can represent their flags. You have, obviously, the biggest one is La Raza, the Mexican fan base, the Mexican fighters. They come to the ring with their flags. Then you have the Puerto Rican fighters. They come to the ring with their flags, right? Everybody represents their country. When it comes to the black fighters, we are a community of no man's land because this land was told that we were brought here and forced here, but history shows that we was already here in America. So America don't treat the black fighters in the black community like it's our land. So we are a community without a flag to represent, right? When we have Africa, okay, African people, natural born African people, don't respect black Americans, right? So we are a community without a flag to bear, okay? We bear the American flag. Look how we treated in America. Like we outsiders, okay? We bear the African flag. Look how we treated. Like we outsiders. We are nomads, but we have the most dominant genes in all of sports, including Africa. We're more dominant than Africa themselves, the motherland, right? So therefore, when you have Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward, Roy Jones Jr., Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, Joe Frazier, Sonny Liston, Jack Dempsey, the list just goes on and on and on. Jack Johnson, excuse me. The list just Pernell Whitaker. It never ends. And now this generation, current best fighter, the undefeated 5-division world champion, 3-division undisputed world champion, and reigning pound for pound king, Terence Bud Crawford, first ballot Hall of Famer, is now 42 wins, no loss, no draw, 31 wins by way of knockout. And he showed at 38 years of age. He'll be 38 tomorrow. Terence Crawford showed just how dominant we are in the sport of boxing as he essentially jumped up 3 weight classes, technically 2, and beat Mexican's greatest fighter of today's time, of this, arguably of this generation in this era. And that's not an argument. But arguably the greatest Mexican fighter in history, and another first ballot Hall of Famer, 4-division champion, 2-time undisputed super middleweight, and at the time was the reigning undisputed super middleweight, 168-pounder, Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is 63 wins now, 3 losses, 2 draws, 39 wins by way of knockout. And everybody in Mexico and the Mexican fan base, they assumed that Canelo was going to knock out the smaller Terence Crawford, and it didn't happen. Terence Crawford dominated the fight. And so now you have an outrage of fans pouring into my inbox, pouring into these comment sections and videos and things of that nature. And now you have networks, Mexican networks, okay, that are now campaigning because they can't, it's not settled, right? They're unsettled. They're not happy with the outcome. And so now they're campaigning. They're going on a campaign, right? To have the Mexican Ecuadorian superstar, undefeated 2-division champion, former 2-time WBC super middleweight and reigning light heavyweight WBC champion, undefeated David Benavidez, the Mexican monster, who is 30 wins, no loss, no draw, 24 wins by way of knockout. They are begging him at 6'2" with a 75-inch arm reach at 28 years of age to do whatever he can to push for a fight with Terence Crawford, to force Terence Crawford in the ring, to get Terence Crawford in the ring and beat Terence Crawford. And now they're putting pressure on David Benavidez, saying they're relying on David Benavidez to bring it back home, the glory, to bring the glory back home. Right? This is what they're saying now. I kid you not. I'm not making this up. Right? They are begging for glory. They're begging for glory. They want David Benavidez to bring it back home. Right? If I'm lying, I'm flying. Here goes the proof. You seeing it everywhere. They're begging David Benavidez. Look at the hearts. Look at the support that these comments are getting. 135 hearts, 188 hearts, 137 hearts. Look, they going crazy. And that's just one. Look, you got to bring it back home, David, for Raza. Another one. Go fight Terence Crawford. Spin the block for us. For Mexico. Another one. You are the best, David. We need you to beat Terence Crawford. You can rewrite history. Another one. Please fight Terence Crawford. Another one. Bro, please go fight Crawford, please. For Mexico. Another one. We need you to take Crawford out. Another one. Hey, bro, you are the only one left standing to represent Mexico. Please go take out Terence Crawford. It's getting ridiculous. They unhinged. But as I told you guys, they're going to stay unhinged because the facts remains is that the black American fighter dominated the sport of boxing and has always dominated the sport of boxing from the beginning of time. You can't rewrite history. See, they want history to be rewritten, but it can't be rewritten. See, We open the door for everybody else to be able to compete in the sport of boxing. We are the creators of this, the innovators, right? And so everybody else follows suit based off of the struggles and the sacrifices we made to even be allowed to compete in the sport of boxing. And then what happens is everybody forgets who opened the door, and they feel like they the creators of this. They get too big for their britches. And as he said on New Jack City, sometimes they gotta get spanked. And that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. It's your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone. Peace.